AI data centers put Louisiana energy costs in the spotlight. Louisiana is becoming a key test case for how states manage the rapid growth of AI driven data centers while protecting electricity customers from long term cost exposure. A new report from the Alliance for Affordable Energy, produced with the Sierra Club Delta chapter and Empower LLC, warns that several large data center projects under development could require major new energy infrastructure. The report focuses on 5 hyperscale projects, including Meta's proposed Hyperion facility in Richland Parish, 3 Amazon data centers in northwest Louisiana, and Hut 8's planned AI infrastructure project in West Feliciana Parish. The scale of the power demand is the main issue. According to the report, Meta's Hyperion project and Hut 8's facility could require up to 7.2 gigawatts of electricity. The report compares that level of demand with the annual electricity use of 5.7 million homes. Meeting that demand may require new gas-fired generation, transmission lines, substations, pipelines, and related grid infrastructure. For regulators, utilities, and businesses, the central question is not only how quickly that infrastructure can be built, but how the costs will be divided. The report points to a December 2025 Louisiana Public Service Commission rule that allows data center developers to pay only half of certain new power infrastructure costs. Consumer advocates argue that the remaining costs could be passed on to households and existing commercial customers through higher electricity bills. That concern is becoming more urgent as AI projects move faster than traditional utility planning cycles. Data centers need reliable, high-volume power, but utility assets are often financed over decades. If demand forecasts shift, or if a major customer exits early, ratepayers may be left covering infrastructure built for a project that no longer requires it. Transparency, incentives, and ratepayer risk move to the forefront. The report also raises concerns about limited public visibility into utility agreements, confidentiality claims, and financing structures tied to major data center developments. Meta's Hyperion project is linked to a $27 billion private financing structure, which the report describes as the largest corporate bond issue in history. The report says much of the debt is kept off Meta's public balance sheet. Advocates argue that this makes it harder for regulators and the public to assess the full financial risk connected to the project. Another concern is the reported agreement between Meta and Entergy Louisiana. According to the report, Meta may be able to exit its lease as early as 2033. If that happened, infrastructure built to serve the development could remain in the utility system, with costs potentially spread across other customers. The Louisiana Public Service Commission rejected a formal investigation into the financial risks of the arrangement in February 2026, despite requests from advocacy groups. Data centers can bring construction activity, tax revenue, and investment to regions seeking economic development. Louisiana's Act 730 offers 20 to 30-year tax incentives for qualifying data centers with job creation requirements that can be as low as 50 positions. The report argues that those incentives need to be weighed against long-term utility costs, limited disclosure, and the relatively small number of permanent jobs required to qualify. Community advocates cited in the report say residents have sought more information about the projects, but have faced confidentiality claims and limited public engagement. The debate reflects a broader national challenge. AI infrastructure is expanding quickly, and states are competing for projects that require massive amounts of electricity. For Louisiana, the issue is no longer just whether data centers will be built. It is whether the public has enough visibility into the deals, the grid costs, and the protections in place before those commitments are locked in.